Okay, we're here at the what project, Ian? Is the Midview Centre?
Midview Centre project.
Midview Centre project. And they've lost the lights, and when you flick the C6 breaker, and there you go. Okay, this is the one here. But the first thing I can do is take the line feed out of the C6 MCB, join those two together, find neutral, and we're testing against the earth there. The other thing is I've tested the MCB and that stays on, so it's not the MCB that's the problem. I'm actually quite rushed because I've just been on one job and then I've got another job quite away from here. I'm just going through what I can think of to do, and it might not be the most logical things. So whatever was making that flick off, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a plug tester in there. That was doing it, was it? You know it was that.
Well, we plugged it into a different socket.
So you're saying you plugged that machine in somewhere else and it works?
Yes, the machine's plugged into somewhere else, it works fine.
Fine.
But when we plugged it into there,
it clinks off.
Yes.
So that another circuit might not have an RCBO on it. Did we think of that?
The older sockets are all fine.
The older sockets it works, the new sockets it doesn't. So what does that say? That says that might be flicking the RCBO. But what I was going to go back to say is I'm going to put a plug tester in this while I test the lights and make sure that the plug tester, that this circuit stays on for the time I'm doing the lights, because I think I'm going to just get up on the ladder, disconnect all of the lights as 5, and then do an insulation resistance test on them. Right, not any of the luminaires, so now I've got the light switch and I've disconnected the line from the light switch. I'm going to go and try and energize the circuit again, see what happens. Look at that. Yeah. I am confused. Alright, so we know it's in the cable route between the MCB and the light switches, so I'm going to go up, have a look in the loft. There's a fair amount of conduit in here which I wouldn't be able to inspect except through the through boxes. I suppose what I'm looking for is anything obvious. Yeah, this one here, this grey one. I think it's that grey one. Yeah, it's that grey one there. I can see a strip as if some of the sheathings come off it. Nice job, nice job. And it's MICC. Oh, I mean, it's not MICC, it's fire rated. Finally found a junction box, which I can't look in because I didn't bring a screwdriver with me. Yeah, I would. Because we're about where? There's another junction box down there. Quite a modern one, because I use those. Break that junction box, break the cable there, and then test. You know, I still might end up with too long a cable run. Well, here we are at the next stop off, which is a quote. Suppose I need my clipboard.
I want 4 spotlights.
4 downlights.
4 downlights put in. And that's for the electrical shower taken out over there.
Okay.
So that light is running off of that pull cord.
Right.
So if you can operate the 4 downlights off of that pull cord.
Is there access to the loft?
Yeah.
There's access from the other side.
Yeah. Access is there to the loft.
Yeah.
In another way.
And it's boarded, isn't it? Boarded
Yeah.
ceiling, yeah. Okay, so the hatch is over there. Disconnect this light.
Yeah.
Put any other light in there?
Can you, I don't know if there's regulations or not, can you just put in a 3-pin socket? Can you have that in the bathroom at that level? It's not a problem.
Well, you could put LED strip lighting in without having a socket.
Okay. If you could, I don't know whereabouts that light is terminated, if it could be. Well, this could come out any time, it's not in use, it's not working properly. As soon as possible, because I've got nothing to cook on.
Right.
I'm relying on the microwave, which isn't the best.
Okay, so
this
basically
could be
what the
done
story
anytime.
is, until you've got this sorted,
Yeah,
you can't cook.
yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah.
Well, what do? Go down the pub?
Take out.
So we need a cooker hood here,
Yeah,
and then that go up into the loft and out through, what have you got, flat roof here? Or come out there, or possibly onto that wall. Oh, right, yeah. Well, yeah, because work on additions and alterations do require the worked on altered circuits to be up to the latest standards. So they're in here.
Just in that cupboard in there.
Right. So funnily enough, it's contactum, same as one we were looking at last week, and yeah, they're all MCBs. And can we see any? Yeah, we can see the main earth conductor. Main earth conductor, there we are. So we've got TNS with a paper insulated lead sheathed incomer. But we don't see any bonding cables, and there probably won't be on that. Supplementary bonding on there. I'm not sure if it actually needs it or whether that is. It looks like pretty meaty bonding, 10mm. You can sit down. You can sit down over there. You can sit down over there. And we're going to see Mummy and Claude, alright? Okay? You be a good boy. See Mummy and Claude.
Sunday, Saturday,
Saturday.
and then
Can't get this screw in there, can you? Melted insulation on the neutral. Suspect a bad connection, but I'm gonna do some tests on the elements.
okay,
And just see if the resistance is where it should be,
okay,
and it's not just short-circuiting, but I don't think it is, because otherwise the whole thing would have. Let's have a look at the fuse board, shall we?
yeah, sure. The fuse board is
The immersion is is fused at 20 amps, so that's fine for the size of the cable. That was the shortest job I've ever done, I think. All it was the neutral had parted, the cable was water damaged at the end. I cut it back and it seemed alright there. So I've left it with her, and I said over the next week I won't invoice her if she just gives me a ring or lets me know if there's any other problems, and if it's alright after a couple of weeks I'll go ahead with the invoice, only half an hour. And yeah, so just cut it back and put the neutral back in, and it should be fine. We couldn't test it because it's on the nighttime tariff, so we couldn't test it. But lovely room. She had a lovely room looking over the sea. Good. Well, I think that's it for today. Tonight I'll be in the office. I've got invoicing and minor works to do, and a couple of quotes. That hotel quote and the quote for the gentleman in the bungalow yesterday at Cold Waltham, which I haven't bothered putting on video. Which I might put it on after this. I'll put that on after this. I don't know of how much interest it is that these quote things until I've actually got the amount that I'm quoting. But I will try and include the amount that I quote in a video. This keeps turning out the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all good. Starting now. Starting to get the levels all sorted.
Well done, good. And is the brickwork in the door?
It's all done, yeah.
You've done that?
Yeah.
You did it?
No, I didn't do it.
They got someone. And the landlord's paying for all this, is he? Or are you going through Claire? You haven't been paid yet?
I've been paying the deposit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm only, as you know, I deal with the roof, so.
Yeah. God, it goes well. It'd be better for you, a bit more space, isn't it?
So I need that for carrying bits and bobs around, talking about, but I need this for carrying up things. So. Yeah. No trainer. Right. I don't perhaps see you next weekend.
Yeah. Not next week, the week after probably. So here we are. This is about the sum of it, and it's pretty big, isn't it? Pretty big.